Most sports car owners very rarely get the chance to experience what their car can truly do. Luckily for them, the brands that they buy into offer them a chance to experience their vehicle in a controlled situation with a track day. And we have come here to Sydney Motorsport Park to experience the latest from Maserati. So, what does it take to become a master Maserati driver? Well, let's put on the helmet and find out. First of all, you'll either need to buy a brand new Maserati or be seriously interested in buying one, as this course is an exclusive invite-only event for existing customers or potential owners. That means the ticket for entry will cost you at least $125,000, which is the price for the most affordable version of the Levante SUV. But this is hardly your average track day. Maserati decks out the garage as if it was a VIP lounge, complete with luxurious couches, historic paraphernalia, even a barista making Italian coffee. The day begins with a deep dive into the storied brand, showcasing where it came from and where it is today, with a broadening range of vehicles on offer. Then, as per normal, participants are given a comprehensive overview and safety briefing of the activities ahead, before splitting up into 3 groups. Well, our first exercise is a pretty simple one. It's basically testing out the ESP on the Maserati Quattroporte. We're in sport mode at the moment. As you can see, it's a little bit of latitude and it's fairly well controlled. But if I push this, let's hang the tail out. Big slides. Yeah! And a spin. This is so much fun. Woohoo! This is cool. We also had a crack at the same exercise in the Gran Turismo, which proved to be a little trickier to hold in a slide. Its shorter wheelbase and stiffer suspension settings made it snappier, and the naturally aspirated 4.7 litre V8 had to be singing at the top of its rev range, otherwise it would bog down. Still, spinners are grinners, and it's not often you get to see such hooliganism in a classy coupe like this. Alright, this next exercise is a basic one about cornering. So we're doing it in a selection of cars, a Ghibli, this, a Gran Turismo, and a Quattroporte. And it's basically all the basics of cornering. It's the entry phase and getting the car stopped, and then through the corner, in the middle of the corner, and making sure it's balanced. And then as you see the exit, making sure you get maximum traction at a really fast exit speed down the straight. And listen to the sound of that thing. Still a glorious, glorious car. So this is something different from Maserati, because the track is down there and in front of me is a gravel road. Because what I'm in is the Levante, the company's first ever SUV. And as part of this driver training course, we're here to experience what it can do off the beaten track. For starters, we're going to test out the hill descent control down this grassy, greasy, sandy slope. Without even touching the brakes, it's steady as she goes down here. Very, very simple. The key to its ability off-road, although probably most of its customers will never experience it like this, is because it has air suspension. And what that can do is raise the ride height of the car to give it more ground clearance. It really is quite a surprisingly capable SUV. Here we go, back up the hill. Even just crawling up here, the throttle on it is really, really nice and smooth. You can place the car really easily on this rutted track, and it doesn't go into wheel spin at all. It uses all of that low end torque to crawl its way up this pretty steep incline. And the really surprising thing is, we're actually on Pirelli P0 road tyres. These things, it's really stable, it's got great grip off-road and on-road. So there's really no compromise. At the completion of the opening exercises, guests are treated to a superb lunch provided by Giovanni Pilu from award-winning Italian restaurant Pilu and Freshwater. Thankfully, there's no sign of dessert at the end, as guests are wrangled into the pit lane for an afternoon of hot laps. Alright, and now it comes time to putting all of those exercises, well, at least the on-track ones, together with a few hot laps in a variety of cars. We're starting in the Levante, which is the last car you'd think is built for the racetrack, but wow, this thing's actually really surprising. It's hugely stable and quite sporty. It's got good turn-in, good body control, decent brakes. But there is no hiding the Levante's high riding stance or its weight out here on the track. However, the really impressive thing is that all that was needed to take it from climbing hills on the dusty off-road circuit to corner carving on the track was a simple car wash. So this is a real Maserati. We've been through the Levante SUV and the Quattroporte sedan, but this is what the brand stands for. Grand touring 4-seater coupes with a big thunderous V8 engine up the front, and on a track this thing is sublime. Still not a out and out sports car, but you certainly feel like you're sitting lower, it's hunkered to the road a little bit better, and just listen to that naturally aspirated V8 roar all the way up to 7 grand. That sounds cool. All right, down the front straight at Eastern Creek. 170, 180, top of 4th gear, heading into turn 1 at just over 200 k's an hour. A little step on the brakes, a down change. Oh, she's having a bit of a buck around. This thing really is a grand tourer, not an out and out track car, but you don't get to drive your Maserati like this on the road either. So these customer experience days certainly get to teach you about your car, your driving, and the brand itself. It's an experience that money just can't buy. Unless, of course, you have a Maserati or two in the driveway.